A very warm welcome to IDFC First Bank presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 13. I'm Ritwika Gupta. As India's home and kitchen appliances market grows more dynamic and design conscious, Versuni India, formerly part of Philips, has been doubling down on innovation, localization and consumer centricity. On the show tonight, I'll be in conversation with Mr. Gulbahar Taurani, MD and CEO of Versuni India, on the overall sector, a push for Make in India and a future driven by technology and sustainability. Mr. Taurani, welcome to Leaders of Tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be with you on this show.
So let's begin with the big picture. How do you assess the current landscape of the Indian home and kitchen appliances market? What segments are showing the most promise?
So before we go to small appliances, kitchen appliances or home appliances, I think what is really exciting is the growth story of India. You know, if we look at India, the growing income levels of Indian households, and as a result of that, the growing middle class actually creates a lot of demand for these small appliances. The relevance, the requirement, or the acceptance of small appliances, especially kitchen appliances and new age kitchen appliances like air fryer and all, have really grown in India. And that's because, you know, the disposable income is increasing. People are becoming more and more aspirational. They want the best for themselves, and they want the biggest thing that they want is convenience and health at home. So the two trends of growing disposable income and the growing trend of health and well-being has a very positive impact on small appliances, kitchen appliances, home appliances as a whole.
Now, Versuni has a diverse portfolio. Which product lines are driving the most growth in India right now?
I think we have a very exciting portfolio. So on one hand, you know, for us, some of the traditional categories like mixer grinder, dry iron, steam iron, still you know, have a lot of opportunity for growth, and especially in the upgrade bit of it. So if you look into it, within these categories which are mature and, you know, have a decent household penetration, still now people want something new, something better, something you know, trendier, looks, design, functionality, all those things. So for us, innovation in these categories is around the design aspect, around the functionality aspect, around the quality aspect, and that is what is allowing us to grow. Having said that, new age categories like air fryer and garment steamer are something which are, you know, giving us the disruptive growth, okay, because the penetration levels are low. At the same time, the consumers have really accepted these new concepts of like frying without oil or vertical steaming, vertical ironing. So all these things, and especially these two categories of air fryer and garment steamers, are driving the growth. Also at the same time, we all know that, you know, the trend of coffee is growing in India, and that's why we are looking at coffee machines as another category which will bring us the future growth in India.
Mr. Taurani, Indian consumers are evolving rapidly. What new behaviors or expectations are shaping the demand for home appliances today?
See, three major trends. One is the trend around health and well-being, okay, and not only health but well-being also. And when I say well-being is all about, you know, having convenience at home, you know, having more quality time at home. So some appliances or someone else can take a lot of load from the day-to-day chores. So that entire trend around well-being is something which has a very positive impact on the appliances bit of it. The second trend is all about compactness, customization and functionality. When I say so, if you look at it, you know, kitchens are evolving. They are, you know, kitchens are becoming more and more modular, more and more new age, and that's where the aesthetics of the appliances, you know, they should go along with your modern kitchen. So design and the aesthetics of the appliances actually are becoming more and more important for the consumer. So that's the second trend which I would say is definitely helping the industry to grow. And the third trend is the digital interface. Consumers want more and more connected appliances. So just to give you an example, we all know that in Delhi NCR, in few months of the year, we do all face a lot of problem around the pollution bit of it. Now, say for example, you are at office and your kids are at home, or your elderly parents are at home. You want that you should be able to operate your air purifier from your office, and that's where the connected appliances are coming in play. So digital interface connected appliances is another trend which is actually driving the growth in the industry.
And will tell us, how is Versuni capitalizing on the Make in India momentum? What role does local manufacturing play in your supply chain and cost optimization strategy?
See, at Versuni, we are very fortunate that we have two strong brands, Philips and Preeti. If you look at Philips has a history of more than 100 years in India. And for the last 100 years, Philips has always been trying to bring relevant products for the Indian consumers. As a result of that, we had the local R&D as well as the local manufacturing facility for Philips. At the same time, Preeti is the local brand which is born in South and is a household name in the south of India. And again, there we had the local manufacturing base in Chennai. Both put together, currently 90% of our portfolio is not only made in India, but it is actually developed in India. So it is the real made in India solutions that we are providing to our consumers in India. And our endeavor is that in a year or so, we should have entire 100% of our portfolio made in India.
Now, I understand technology and design innovation are at the core of Versuni's product DNA. Can you give us a glimpse into the most exciting innovations currently in your pipeline?
See, I would just share something with you which we introduced a few months back in our Preeti brand. Right, we introduced something called food sense technology, and what is that? Is in south of India, if you look into it, there is a very big importance to the chutneys that we consume throughout the day. And we all know once we have done the chutney in the morning, by evening or by afternoon, the color of the chutney changes and the taste also doesn't remain the same. So that means that either you keep doing chutneys throughout the day, or if you are having a chutney in the evening which was done in the morning, it doesn't taste the same. And the primary reason for that is the oxidation that the food goes through. And that's where we have bought a new mixer grinder which we call it as Eco Fresh. Now what it does is actually through the food sense technology we have, we take out the air interface with the food while grinding, and then we give a vacuum storage also along with that mixer grinder. So you grind in a vacuum environment and then you store in a vacuum sealed storage thing. It keeps your chutneys, or I'm just using chutney, but for that matter, anything that you grind or you make purees or shakes or juices out of it, it remains fresh for more than 24 hours. And that's what something which the consumer was looking forward to. And that's where we were able to bring something which this is, and again, by the way, this is completely local for local. So this insight was local, coming from our own consumers. This was developed, designed, and manufactured in locally, and that is how we have been able to convert one of the local insights into a local solution purely made in India. So that's one very important aspect of our new innovations that we are bringing. It's in the market, and I will encourage everyone to try it out. At the same time, a very small innovation like microgrind. So if you look into it in a very established category like mixer grinder, consumers had to, grind a particular quantity to get the better or to get best results. So if what I mean to say is that small portion of grinding was normally not that effective in most of the mixer grinders. What we have launched is micro grind, which allows you to grind even a single pepper. Not only that, this mixer grinder can clean itself. So there is a auto clean function in this mixer grinder. So it takes away the hassle of cleaning also. And third, most important, a lot of us still crave for that silbatta chutney because it is like the, I would say, coarseness of the chutney which we all used to enjoy. So it has the ability to allow the consumers to choose the texture of the chutneys that they want to have. And truly, this innovation put together makes microgrind as the next big thing in mixer grinder, or the best thing that has happened to mixer grinder in the past few years. So that's another innovation that we have been able to bring. In the recent past, looking at the growing awareness around air fryers and the way consumers are really looking at getting more and more out of air fryer, we have launched a dual basket air fryer in the market, which has also been accepted very well. At the same time, if you look into it, garment steamer is a new concept, but we really wanted to bring something because what we have learned is a category like garment steamer is very popular amongst the youngsters. What they need is trendy, compatible, I would say a little compact as far as the size is concerned, and different sort of a design language or color. So we have launched a new handheld steamer which is very trendy in terms of looks. The acceptance from the young generation is fantastic, where people are really liking the way it has come up, and it does fantastic results as far as the ironing is concerned. And as I shared with you, we are piloting with coffee machines in India. It is still at a pilot stage, so we are looking at coffee machines also and these coffee machines are not the normal coffee machines. These are fully automatic coffee machines, and you can use beans, you can use pods to have your favorite coffee. So it allows you to have a lot of variety as far as coffee is concerned at a push of a button. So these are some of the technologies, or these are some of the products that we have recently in the past few months only brought to the Indian market. The consumer response has been very good, and I would encourage more and more people to try them.
It's time for a quick break here. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned. Welcome back to IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 13, in conversation with Mr. Gulbahar Taurani, MD and CEO of Versuni India, who shares insights on what it takes to build relevance in India's cluttered and fast-changing home and kitchen appliances market. Listen in. Now, you have over 900 patents globally. How does India contribute to Versuni's global innovation story? Are you investing in R&D locally?
See, in a very short span in India, we have also been able to file 63 patents local for local only in India. 14 of them have already been granted. 31 of them are being published, and 18 are still at a filing stage. So we are also looking, so like for example, I just shared with you Eco Fresh. So technologies like that we are trying to patent in India, which is made for the Indian consumer and is helping Indian consumer, either have better taste, more convenience, or more control.
And what are some emerging global or local trends in the home appliances category that you believe Indian brands should watch out for?
I think there is a trend that the trends are changing very, very quickly. I think that is the biggest trend, which the brand should actually look very, very closely. See, gone are the trend days when you have a trend and then it stays there for a few years or one decade or so. Today the consumer is evolving. It's fast paced industry. Trends are also evolving. So I would say for brands, whether local or global, the biggest trend is that the trend is changing every day, and to stay relevant and agile, you should have I would say the capability to be in constant touch with consumers, to figure out these trends ahead of its time, and then also change yourself as as the trend changes. So that, I would say, is the biggest trend.
Now, I understand that Versuni operates in over 100 countries. What learnings from international markets have helped shape your strategy for India?
I think that's one of our biggest strength. That on one hand we have the local capability. We are self-reliant and independent. We are not dependent on any other country or any other geography. But at the same time, we have our businesses across the globe. And what it does to us is sometimes we get to have experience different type of technologies. Sometimes we get to experience some global trends which could be relevant for Indian market. At the same time, some of the I would say evolution as far as the channels are concerned. So for example, I would like to share this, that Versuni was one of the first brands to work with modern retail and e-commerce in India, because since we are a global player, we understood how organized retail and e-commerce has actually helped Versuni to reach out to their consumers in a much better, I would say, way, and the consumer is looking forward to those touch points at e-commerce and modern retail also. We were able to leverage that as one of the pioneers, because we had the global look and I would say the global knowledge with us, that how these channels work, and then when they came to India, we were the first ones to work with them.
So with global volatility, supply chain disruptions and shifting trade dynamics, how are you navigating uncertainty while ensuring business continuity in India?
See, I would say one thing, that as Versuni, we are very clear that we are a very, very compliant organization, and we want to stay with the land of with the law of the land. Now we all know that the world is becoming more and more dynamic, and there are more disruptions than ever. What we have tried to do is make India as a self-reliant country. As I shared with you, now 90% of our portfolio is not only being manufactured in India, but also being developed in India. And our endeavor is that in a year or so, we should have complete 100% portfolio made in India. So that's where we are looking at it, understanding the regulatory landscape properly, also looking at the supply chain in terms of what is coming either from a finished goods point of view or from a raw material point of view from outside of India, trying to minimize it as much as possible, and making our operations in India completely self-reliant and 100% local.
Finally, what is your outlook for Versuni India over the next 3 to 5 years? Are there plans for deeper category expansion or even India-led innovations for global rollout?
Yes, I think we are very clear that we have the ownership of creating market for categories like air fryer, garment steamers. And why I say so, because we have seen in the last one decade we as Philips and Versuni, we were the one who introduced these categories to India. We have created these categories in India. We are very excited that now we have the critical mass to scale them up. We have the local production which allows us to make the local adjustment to these categories relevant for the Indian consumers. And in these categories, we are working to create more and more locally relevant functionalities, which will be first served to the domestic market, and then would be available for the international markets also.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Taurani. Great speaking to you.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of IDFC First Bank Presents Leaders of Tomorrow Season 13. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.